Hello friends, thanks so much for joining me today. Today we're moving on to part 2 of the different kinds of teacher marketplaces we can find to compare to Outschool. Last time we spoke about the ESL teacher marketplaces, of which we discussed 4 of those. This time I still have 6 more marketplaces remaining, so I'm going to break them down into smaller chunks just for easier learning. And since I'm going to do that, we're actually going to have 3 more episodes, or
3 more parts. Maybe it was episode 2.1 or a sequel, maybe a prequel.
Regardless, we'll have 4 total videos talking about these different marketplaces, but this will be nice because it will keep them very short and you can focus in on the specific ones that you're interested in. For example, the ones we're going to talk about today are homeschool marketplaces. And if you'll stick around to the very end, I will have a comparison sheet that will compare these 2 specific teacher marketplaces to Outschool so that you can see them side by side. And in the 4th episode, I will have all of those available for you to download so you can compare every single teacher marketplace that we discussed in all of these videos. So with the Outschool highlights, we have the age groups from K to 12. They have some company programs. The 2 that we discussed were pods, and that was when we had 2 subjects that were kind of working in conjunction with each other. We talked about science and social studies, but it might be reading and writing, for example, together. Another program that we have is teacher-built companies, and you can actually teach for one of these like mini companies inside the umbrella of Outschool. Now, do you need a degree? No, you do not. They do take a 30% commission from whatever it is that you earn, but you can set your own pricing, your own schedule, and you create your own classes, which also means they don't have a curriculum on hand. The platform that they use is Zoom, and if you looked at their ratings on Glassdoor, they ran about 4.5 stars, which was actually pretty good in comparison to some of the others. And because we will be discussing some marketplaces that are for people of faith specifically, for the sake of comparison, I just want you to be aware that Outschool only allows secular classes. So if you're looking for something where you can teach faith-related classes, faith-based classes, you'll have to look elsewhere. All right, with that, let's get started. If you'd like to focus in on a homeschool group, Skrafty or Skrafty may be the direction that you want to go. This particular teacher marketplace is an online program for homeschoolers, so that will be your population. There is hands-on training available. It is a Christian organization. You are teaching Christian families, so you must agree to their statement of faith. All Bible, science, or history classes must be taught from the young earth perspective. An interesting thing about this particular one, it's created to fuse educational learning with Minecraft. So when you're talking about gamifying a whole curriculum, a whole platform, this one has actually gamified their platform so it is fused with playing the game of Minecraft. Very interesting to take a look at. This is also an interesting facet of this particular platform that they use. In the classroom, the teacher and the lesson are visible, but the students are only visible as chat names. So you won't be seeing your students face to face like you would in, say, a platform like Zoom. So let's take a look at this one. Do you need a degree? No, you do not need a degree. Since you're not teaching ESL, you don't need an ESL certificate. They do require a background check, which they expect you to pay for, which is $27, and then they take a 25% commission off of your classes. Their platform is their own personal interface, seeing as they are using it to gamify along with Minecraft. So it's called the Skrafty interface. You can do, with this particular marketplace, they do offer live classes and where you will meet with students once a week, but they also have pre-recorded and self-paced classes, which is an interesting thing to consider. You can teach anything within the homeschool genre that they are looking for. You create your own courses, you write your own curriculum. This was not one I could find on Glassdoor, so I don't have any stars, any pros and cons. It looks like it's a very kind of tight community. If you take some time to walk through their site, you'll find that they have all sorts of online tools to use, like planners, scheduling software, that sort of thing. And if you're interested in teaching homeschool kiddos, if you're a Christian that can agree to their statement of faith, this is another one that you may want to consider. Luma Learn is the next company on our list. This is another one that is an online program for homeschoolers and a Christian company. And as a Christian company, they do require that you sign the statement of faith and conduct to be a part of this organization. Their students, they break up their student ranges from pre-K, K through 12, and adults for this program. They do require a background check, and they will take 28% commission off of your classes, but it is free to apply. So if you'd like to take a look at what they offer, that is available. You set your own prices, and they do payment through PayPal. Their platform is called Luma Learn, and it's integrated with Big Blue Button. The types of the classes that they have, this is another one where they have live classes, the pre-recorded self-paced classes, and hybrid. And then you can do, again, you can do the one-off type of classes, 6-week classes, and semester classes. And since they are a homeschool looking to complete curriculum for their students, the semester classes are the ones that are the most popular and most recommended. And one of their other notes is that they do have tech help available when you're working, which is a nice piece to have. You do create your own curriculum and you set your own schedule. They have approximately 300 teachers that are using this particular platform. Their Facebook page lets you know that they're an online marketplace where Christian teachers offer live or self-paced courses. Each teacher is independent and chooses his or her own structure, price, and length of course. I did not find any information on Glassdoor about Luma Learn, so I don't have any pros, cons, or stars for this particular company. Thank you for joining me today. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And if you are getting things out of what we offer, I hope you'll subscribe to this channel. Maybe even come check us out on Facebook. Coming up in the future, we have such fun things. Sometime late March or early April, we will be interviewing some of the creators of Koala, a new platform that if you aren't familiar with, you need to check it out. It is definitely game-changing when you're working with kiddos. Also coming up, another new series. I have challenged myself to apply for and then to work for as many of these platforms as I can. I'm doing this for two reasons. I haven't really gotten my footing about where I want to be or what I want to do with tutoring. Do I want to work for a company? Do I want to freelance? What do I want to do? The second reason is I see a lot of people asking specific questions about what is the hiring process? How can I get hired? What is your opinion of this specific platform, of this specific marketplace, of this specific company? And I figure by doing this, I can get a real feel for what's going on, get on the inside, and hopefully be able to educate those of you who are curious about all of this and share some more of this information so that we'll all be able to learn a little bit more. And in the process, hoping to find just that path that you want to find. What direction do you want to go as you're working your way through this tutoring and teaching online maze? Me too. I'm with you. And don't forget to stick around for our comparison sheet with these two groups and Outschool. All right. Thanks again for joining me. See you next time. Bye-bye. this little bit of these two specific teacher marketplaces. So much more to say. I'll just keep talking till I stop, but you can say goodbye anytime you want. So I'll just